Okay, my tip for today is don't take on more than you can chew. Stay focused on the deliverables and the things that are in your most important order of importance. The problem that I see out there is that people are scattered with learning this and learning that, and on this program and doing AI for that, and da da da. And they're not really staying focused on what they need to do to build that next level of their business. And I see it all the time. I was experiencing it just today, in fact, which is what prompted me to do this video real quick before I go get focused on my creating my landing pages that I'm doing, okay, for the new events and programs. But I wanted to get this out. So what do you do instead? Like, how do you know if you're stretched beyond your means? Well, you'll know because you won't see a lot of income. You won't see a lot of people getting on your sales conversations. You won't see a lot of people booking calls or perhaps showing up to your program calls or your paid calls or even your webinars because you're not putting enough into each one of those things to make it as successful as possible because you're too scattered. You don't have to learn everything at once, and you're not going to grow this business. You're not going to do like all these things all in 1 year. It's an unrealistic expectation. I was on a call the other day, and literally someone said they were starting a business like 3 or 4 months ago, and she expected to be like almost at 100,000 already. And I'm like, are you insane? What planet are you from? Like, there's no like, unless you have $100,000 offer and you found the perfect client and they paid you in full, like that's just not, it's not a realistic expectation. I still swear by my 3 year entrepreneur evolution plan for most entrepreneurs. Now, can you do it faster? Yes. Is it the norm? No, 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 it's not. So please have some grace with yourself, have some patience, do things strategically, get a plan together and stick to the plan. Don't get squirreled off by over here and over there by other people's urgencies, right? My husband and I are getting really good at saying, your urgency is not my urgency. And that's what you want to think about, especially when you're listening to some speakers on, say, a speaker summit. Don't get me wrong, I am one of those speakers sometimes who wants you to do my thing, right? But I'm also a realistic, down to earth business coach that also wants you to be more successful. And so I'm telling you that you've got to be careful. If someone has a special offer and it's only good today or it's only good for the next 48 hours, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to do it just because it's free today or it's $500 off today. If it's not the immediate thing that you need to learn or grow or implement in your business, then don't do it now. Guess what? They probably have that same immediate offer every time they speak from stage or every time they do a summit, or they have the thing that they're offering once or twice a year or 4 times a year. You can do it later. You can find it later when you're ready for it. But don't try to shove it all in just because you hear it now and it sounds good if it's not the direct thing that you need to do next. Now, how do you know what is your order of importance? I call it your OOI, OOI, order of importance. And too many people get squirreled with things and they go out of order of importance. So they don't see the cash flow. They invest in things, a whole bunch of things too soon. And then they run out of money. And then when they need to do the real things that they need to do because they didn't know what they didn't know, they don't have that cash flow, or they're already in the middle of 2 programs or something that don't need to be done right now because they're not going to create the cash flow, whatnot, especially if you're looking for more cash flow, right? Most of my clients are looking for more immediate, consistent cash flow, and they need to up their game from, 2,000 a month to 5,000 a month, or 5,000 a month to 8,000 a month, or 8,000 a month to 12,000 a month, or 10 to 20,000 a month. And if you're in that mode, which I think the majority of the population is that are in business, let's face it, right? I think that there's too many little squirrels out there that are grabbing your attention, and they're great marketers. They're probably using AI, ChatGPT to write the copy to get you in to sell you into the thing. I mean, it's insane how many I mean, people are getting to be really good marketers because of ChatGPT and AI now, which is good for you as a business owner for your ideal prospects. But you have to be careful of the bright, shiny object and doing things out of order of importance. Everybody has a different order of importance. And if someone doesn't stop to take the time to learn all the things about your goals, your personality, the kind of life you want to live, how many hours you want to work, who it's for, right? And how what you're already doing, what you've tried, what you haven't tried, what you have in place, what you don't have in place, what kind of team you have, what are your skill sets for being techie? If someone doesn't take the time to learn all of that about you before advising you on taking this course or this class or learning this or signing up for that, then they may not have your best interests at heart. I'm serious. There's too many people just trying to sell their thing, but they don't take a vested interest in who it is that's coming through and if this is the best next step for you. I tell people all the time, I don't think you're ready for this. I think you should start here. Or if it's not me, then who I can suggest somebody, right? I was just talking about that in my publishing author call today. Like someone wanted a ghostwriter, and I said, well, sometimes they don't want a ghostwriter, they just don't have clarity around what they're writing, right? So let me brainstorm. I love to help people save time and money figuring out your order of importance. That is, I want to do that with anybody who is confused or overwhelmed or thinks you might be not really focusing on the right things or how to get rid of some of the things you've already committed to. Just the other day, I was suggesting with a client, she said, "Oh, but I've got this thing that I want to do." It was TEDx. She took a TEDx program. She paid for it, mighty a good, fee to learn how to do a TEDx talk and get booked as a TEDx speaker. Well, she doesn't even have a website. She doesn't know what she's selling. She doesn't know her brand. She doesn't know her authentic voice or messaging or anything. She's not ready for a TEDx talk yet, right? Makes sense now that you think about it, right? But she got sold and it sounded good. And yes, she does want to do it, but it makes more sense to do the order of importance and set up all those things I just mentioned before she does that. And what I said was, go to these people. I bet they do it next year. I bet you could, if you're already paid for it, you can have access to it next year when you're ready, or if it's lifetime access, then great. Then just don't do it right now. You don't have to do it right now just because you paid for it right now. Let's figure out how to put it on the back burner and do the things that are necessary right now to build you more cash flow, build you more consistent client base so you're less stressed. Cash flow brings less stress and more clarity and more confidence to go and do those other things that we want to do, hosting events and retreats and get on stages and all the stuff, right? So I know that's a lot to take in. And if you don't feel guilty about doing it. I mean, there's no reason to feel guilty. You have to give yourself grace and you have to just say, okay, so I mistakenly did these things um, out of order of importance. I didn't know what I didn't know, and now I know. So let's see what I can do with them. Let's see what I can do instead. Let's focus on the right things and let's get farther in your business faster. So that's what I love to do with someone who's new and isn't sure like how I can help them. That's the first thing that I would want to do. See all the things you're doing or that you've got your hands in, all the circles and people you're talking to, all the places you have potential prospects, and what your goals are and all the things. And then I will help you put that plan together of what to do first, second, third, fourth, and how to do it, and where to go to find people, and all the things. So no pressure, but like if you want to have a call where we can just talk through what you got on your plate, what you can maybe let go of, what you might want to be focusing on instead, I'm happy to do that kind of a clarity call with you. I do them often with entrepreneurs. I probably have, a handful of people I do with every month. And I'm just offering that if that's you and you really want to calm the chaos, get more clear and focused, and enjoy your life. It's summer. Let's have some fun. But if you're always working and doing all these things because you're not doing the right things, so you're doing too many of the wrong things, you're not going to enjoy your summer. And I want you to enjoy your summer while you're building your business. So, all right, go to Ask Cat. That's with a K-A-T. AskCat.biz. There's a fill out or click the button, fill in the questionnaire, find a time on my scheduler, and we will have a call and I will talk to you soon. But fill out the questions so I know a little bit more about where you are, what you want to do. And I hope this was helpful for those of you who might be a little bit too busy for your own good. So talk to you later. Have a great weekend.